Right then, time for our next task. Now, in Formula One racing, dreadful sport, I don't watch it. Just go round and round the track, it's very boring. But anyway, forget my opinions. What they tend to have is, I have watched it a few times, just for the crashes. Lap number 1 normally, after that I just switch off, it's a bit dull. But I hope all the drivers are safe. Anyhow, I noticed in Formula One racing that they have on like the inside of bends, I believe they call them apexes, and they're normally sort of red and white, and the cars do like to aim for them because it's the shortest way around the track. But I think what we'll do in our game is we'll introduce some, well, we won't have red and white apexes, we'll just have red apexes, and if you hit that red apex you can go a little bit faster, a bit like a sort of maybe one of those things in Mario Kart, like where you speed, you know the things where you go Mario Kart. Yeah, I know, childish, aren't I? Anyway, in Mario Kart, let's draw some red apexes. Okay, we need to go back to the stage here, and we need to go back to our backdrop, and that lets us colour in the stage. Now, I've already done this video once already and made a bit of a mistake. Actually, it wasn't a mistake, the dog was barking away. It's like, oh, you don't want to hear my dog barking. I don't want to hear my dog barking. Should be in the garden. Anyhow, let's draw some apexes. Now, you notice that we can use our slider. I've already done it in red here. Now, it can be a little bit tricky to draw particularly accurately there. And I'm just going to undo. I tend to find that it's a good idea to use a zoom function here, and then it makes it a little bit easier. Now, one thing is really, really important when you're going to draw these apexes. Don't do that. The reason being is that if the car wants to cut the corner to go a bit faster, and that's the point of the game, if it tries to cut that corner, it's going to hit green first. So you can't have any green in between the red and the grey bit. So I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to try and be a little more accurate in my drawing. And there we go. Oh, I did have a little bit of green there. Might have done. Oh, that'll do. And I'm going to have one on the, and there was on the insides of the bends like that. Now, I'm not going to bore you by doing every single bend in my track. I'm going to do this last one here though. There we go. We'd like you to draw, and you can see they're all refreshed over here. You can do the rest of the track. But it's now time for our challenge. And our challenge is back on the car. And when you go, by the way, when you flip back to the car, if you've been playing with the background, it always goes to the costume, which is somewhat annoying. We want to go back to the scripts. Now, here's today's task. I don't know if it's the beginning of the day for you, I have no idea. It might be the next. Here's the next task. You see, the thing is at the moment, let's pull this apart. We're saying if we're touching green, then move 0.3, otherwise move 1. But in fact, we don't want to say otherwise move 1. In our game here, we want to ask another question. In fact, we want another if then else glued in here. And we want to say, well, if you're touching red, then move, I don't know, 1.5 steps. Otherwise move 1. So we're going to need another if then else to glue in here. And I'm going to let you work out the rest of the solution for yourselves. And what you're going to do is you're going to give it a go. And once again, if you struggle with it, the next video will show you how to make that car speed up as it hits the red bits. So off you go.